All right, here we go again. Buckle up. So you got to heal something here. I should write it up. I don't have time right now. I'm driving. So the post office in Valencia, I had to go verify my ID for my address move. I guess people have been abusing that and moving people's mails to places where they shouldn't be. Right. So the post office in Valencia, I don't know about the other post office. I didn't see it when I went to the post office at the other place. I don't remember. What's it called, Renfro or something like that. Right. So, but the one in Valencia, you need to heal it. There's going to be some sort of thing in the future where there's going to be an argument between the post office. Could be brewing right now. I don't know. Uh, and somebody who's going to decide that they want to make the post office a drive-through. So when you see that, you should heal that. I don't know if you see or not, but if you see that, a lot of people take it personal, like it's insulting them. Maybe see my works. Mind's eye sees, then that means it's most at that point a future thing, like a prophecy. So if you heal it, then it should go away, and that prophecy should change. Right? It's just so weird around Overbrook. That's where my mother. That's where that's the neighborhood in Philadelphia my mother was born in and lived in, or at least lived in. I think she was born and lived there. Heal this intersection. Sounds like road rage. Route 8 and 228. Route 228 Overbrook Road. Oh. What was it was Franklin County, right? Because I keep seeing the Franklin sign up here. State trooper shooting, I think, was in Franklin County. I keep actually even before that, I saw the Franklin sign. So that means that's coming up somewhere. But I don't know if it means that. So you probably do two things. You have to heal Franklin, I guess it's Butler County, and you have to heal the state police shootings away. So you heal them away. If you actually go, Lord, man, anybody that shoots a police officer go to jail, you may actually cause a shooting, just depending how that falls. So the way you say it is that we heal that away, which means we also heal the person that would engage in it. A lot of times they want to punish the perpetrator, but yet, depending on how energies move, that could cause. And if you're really with God, it won't happen. But a lot of people aren't. There was Satan. Satan taught him some prayer things to cause spells to exist. Right. So we heal anybody of the mind that would want to do that, and we heal those things. Wait, now the deep state won't pray that way because they're cursing people to be both cop shooters and other things. Thank you, Larry. I guess that's my closest post office I just went to. Now I got to get back home so I can wait for the service to be installed. Thank you, Larry. That was a weird one. I never saw that before. So the light turns yellow, and he ends up going through the red at the end of it, but he changes lanes in the middle of the intersection and cuts off the guy on the left lane, who's also running through the yellow. So we're gonna run through the yellow so we don't have to stop. And we're gonna change lanes in the middle of the intersection and cut off the guy that's also running the yellow with. No, I don't find people to be. That's about the only thing I find here. Like speed wise, most people try to maintain. That's probably because this is state police patrol, I believe. I might be wrong. But, And I guess also, what's the name? What's that name of them people? Penn Township Police. They use radar. I said that on their website. That's like the first thing I think it says, or one of the first things. We use radar. Right. Again, I can't seem to keep my allergy medicine around me. It just keeps disappearing. So it could be Satan stands, but there was a possibility that they were stealing it out of the hotel room. I don't know if they did that here. And then returned it. So again, it would just be a continuous. That's how they do that. They try to connect another harassment. They'll say they're investigating something, but it's bullshit. It's all spycraft and assassination. That's what Carnaby used to do. I think the police officer will never tell you that, but the police officer probably saw Carnaby as being one of them harassing spycraft people. Wanted to find out who he was, right? And when he pulled him over, Carnaby ran. Right? There's no other reason for Carnaby to run. Rick. Now his wife trying to get rich off of it. That's deep state for you. Like the people in the government that get money, a lot of them are deep state. If you're not deep state, you don't get any money. I mean, every once in a while. I mean, back in with some of these racial suits and stuff, of course, it was obvious, but right. The craziest thing. They're the ones that harass people their whole career, and then when they're leaving, they sue the agency and get the money, right? Because they're deep state. That's how it all works. He settle out of court, right? So deep state buddies who now become their deep state enemies. Actually, they're on the payout list. But I do remember, and it could be Satan's stance, and like the company could be dirty too. But no, they got CIA people working in the United States, quote unquote training, establishing their cover story, but they're killing Americans. They're part of the deep state. Right? So they got CIA and people like that. So they'll be working in some sort of corporation or something, and then when you come along, like Progressive, was it Progressive? It was Progressive and Geico. I think it was Geico. I never knew Geico was a government employee insurance. I never knew that, or I never would have had it. Right? But they decided an accident was partially my fault, and there's just no way that it could have been. Right? And I don't say that just because it was me. I mean, there's just no way. Right? They eventually changed it to 3/4 her fault, 1/4 my fault. But I was told that when you get insurance, it doesn't matter. So that's like a further scam. Right? No, it's completely your fault then. When you go and get insurance, and it's either no fault or your fault. They don't believe in it. Half fault, 3/4 fault. Right? There's no way. She came from behind me and cut left into me. Right. So I'm sure those people that were involved were deep state. Right. Texas is all deep state. That's why a lot of people leave it eventually. It's the same thing with Florida. Like, what's going on in Florida? That happened in Texas too. So what does that mean? It means they're deep state. They don't give a shit whether you're conservative. They're full of shit. That's just, there's a group of people in Texas that's their deep state scam, that they're conservative, and it's all about being conservative. That's all about being organized crime and racketeering and stealing the world from everyone else. Agreed. That's why I told you even before. Didn't I say it beforehand? Before they ever went to Texas, before they went to Florida, I told them, you're not going to stay there. They're all going to leave. Because they're just nasty pieces of shit. And Kansas joins that list. Hopefully Pennsylvania won't. So police the world the way you're supposed to police it, all of you. Get rid of these people. Right. I said it. I said it right when they all started moving. I said, "You're not going to stay there." I mean, there's an outside chance, but I don't believe you're going to stay there. Some of the nastiest people you're ever going to meet. Nastiest one-way people, and they smile at you and act like, "Oh, I'm just on a call with you for service." See, that's the scam. That frustrates the victim even more. Now, she didn't like, I didn't do anything, but she had a tone that she's not supposed to have, and there's no doubt. The other guy had a nice tone, but he said something, and I think it was like a 7 comment. It wasn't that he may have messed up my address. I don't know. Right. I can't tell you. Now, how they get away with that is say, well, we're just, like, if they get busted, we're just investigating this guy. He's a horrible person. Right. They're getting money for killing people. There's no doubt they murdered me. It's just one day I'll die 10, 15 years early. And that was their calculated murder. Happens everywhere. They'll go to hell, believe me. You can put them in all those quote-unquote angel jobs. Now, you see, ICE, how that's getting you? Now the angels are going against you. They play that game. Right. Yeah, I mean, they're in federal law enforcement. I'm sure there's a deep state in their agency. Right. And we're the angels. We answer the 911 calls. Now they're the angels coming against you. I told you, if you don't kill it, it'll get you. Right. I'm sure Trump was scammed, and his people were scammed by the deep state. They went in there as the conservatives over the last 4 years. During the Biden administration, they were setting up people to be fired. You're not going to tell your boss you're not going to take a case. I mean, only the deep state can do that, right? And I'm sure if they're being set up, they're not deep state. Correct. So Trump fired all these people that were capable. So now you got all these deep state people who are egging the administration on in directions that, it's just going to reverse at a certain point. But the deep state people keep getting richer. And they play the Me Too games. There's no doubt. Those women, I've seen them. I've seen them in yoga. I've seen them everywhere. They're actually having sex and being abused by men. But those men are their boyfriends. And then when they let them, when they're all frustrated inside. Right. But when they point them in the Me Too direction, they go, get that person. Then all of a sudden you're the person that had sex with them. Right. Practically raped them when they were drunk or high or both. Right. 100%. I agree, Barry. It was a scam. So the Me Too guys know they just change. What they actually do. The guys that are with these women that they're not allowed to go after, they just like start a fight. Use spycraft and witchcraft to start a fight, and then they leave that woman. Right. We can't be together anymore. Right. We call it dating, but they know they're going to change the woman out in a little bit, even before they start dating her, because that's their modus operandi. But they're, give them that outlet. Oh, that's the guy over there you should be mad at. Right. Meanwhile, the guy that's gone through 15 Me Too women, having all sorts of kinky sex with them, and then dumping them, living large, and still going to lunch with them. Right. I've been there. I've seen it. I was in the yoga world and all that for a little while, and I knew what was going on. And big yoga guys are all having sex with different girls all the time. But yet they got a business, they're multimillionaires, but we're stopping all that, right? Probably had sex with kids on top of it, right? See, it's all bullshit. Stay peaceful, praise God, and all that you do, praise God.